confession to make. When Patty Dobbs-Gross joined me here. Patty is the executive director of the North Star Foundation, which trains assistance dogs. I said hello to Stitch first. Stitch is, well, you can see why. Stitch is a 4-month-old golden retriever puppy.
Yes, he is, and I'm used to him getting all the attention. I'm okay with that.
Well, but it was still embarrassing, and I'm sorry. Oh, hi, Patty.
Hi, how are you doing?
You're so cute. I would think that being this adorable would be a liability in Stitch's line of work.
It's actually an asset. Unlike traditional or service dog placements, we welcome the attention that our assistance dogs bring in public. That's part of their value. Children with Asperger's traditionally have been marginalized and ignored, and that's because of their differences in behavior. So having a dog like Stitch accompany a child with Asperger's, he likes you, as do I. Having a dog like Stitch accompany a child with Asperger's can help the child socially.
Do you know, I know a little bit about some dogs that are raised to be guiding eyes for the blind. And the reason they don't want them, you know, Pat, you have a little sign on the dog, you know, that I'm working, don't, because the dog can't be entertaining strangers because they're working. So that is the distinction.
Right.
Is that this dog is a happiness little bridge.
Exactly. We want to entertain strangers. We want strangers to come to us and our children with Asperger's to see how wonderful they are.
What is a fully trained dog capable of doing for an Asperger child?
Well, Jane, it all goes back to the bond that develops, and the bond with a child and a dog starts at a very early age. We focus on the bond that develops between them, and this bond helps them socially, emotionally, and educationally to meet their goals.
I was thinking of what the German Shepherd what did for Chris, and there seemed to be some pretty sophisticated
yes, there is.
signals reading. And
we've known for a while that dogs are able to alert to seizures, to panic disorder, even to low blood sugar.
How do they do that?
Well, dogs perceive differently than we do. They smell way more powerfully than we can smell. Most people believe that it's an odor, a subtle difference in the chemical changes in the brain. But I also believe that there are slight differences in behavior if a person is getting upset. And dogs seek to calm people that they love.
How is a puppy assigned to his boy or girl?
Well, at North Star, we pair them up very early on. We like to have them paired up by the time they're 4 weeks old, because part of what we do is to teach the children to relate to the dog.
Okay, well, what I'm leading to is how you made the match between Stitch and his little boy.
Yes. Well, Colin is a very wonderful, very social little boy, and I found a very social puppy that, and part of it was when Colin came to visit the litter. I stand back and I watch. There's such a thing as chemistry, and this is what happened. Stitch kind of chose Colin. Colin kind of chose Stitch.
Well, today's kind of a special day for
it is.
Colin and Stitch.
Yes.
What happens today?
Today is when they're going to have their first overnight visit. They've known each other for 4 months now. Yes.
And what is this? And when will they live together, you know, permanently and play?
Well,
and play together and grow up. And
Stitch has a little more training to do. We do a very formal 6-month review. We get him certified. But I believe that Colin and Stitch are ready to spend a night together.
Patty, would you like to you know, make the presentation and maybe take Stitch down so that he can spend some time at the feet of his loved one?
I would love to. Here he goes, Stitch. Come on,
Meanwhile, as we meet Colin, wake up.
He doesn't want to leave Jane.
I'll introduce Lee and Sean in a second. What you got in your pocket, Colin?
Stitch. Sit. Stitch.
This is Colin's mom, Sean. Hi, Sean. Lee, I mean. And Sean is daddy.
Stitch. Sit. Good sit.
Good girl. Oh, good job. Lee, what do you expect? What do you hope comes of of Colin's relationship and yours with little Stitch?
Well, definitely, we want Stitch to be part of the whole family. What we're really looking for is a way to help Colin interact with children his age. Sometimes he has trouble approaching other kids his age, and we feel that Stitch will be a nice bridge to bring children to him like a magnet, and to help him with that interaction.
Oh, Stitch was just giving me the wisest 4-month-old golden retriever puppy look I have ever even thought of. Well, this is really great. Colin, are you pretty excited about tonight?
Yes.
Well, I just think you're the luckiest little guy in this room. We've seen people who were diagnosed when they were a toddler or entering junior high, but our next guest didn't find out until she was 36. By then, she was a PhD. Her amazing story next.
Many women have uncomfortable hot flashes and night sweats that disrupt their lives.
That's me.
There's a low-dose hormone therapy to relieve these menopausal symptoms.
Less hormones?
It's the lowest effective dose of Prempro, with 52% less estrogen and 40% less progestin than before. As it relieves symptoms, it helps prevent osteoporosis.
Sounds good.
If you don't have symptoms, consider non-estrogen treatments to prevent bone loss. Prempro does not prevent and may increase your chance of heart disease, heart attack, stroke, or dementia, and may increase the risk of breast cancer and blood clots, so its use should be limited to the shortest time based on goals.